Women, please avoid these types of men in relationships by Tracy. It's unfortunate, but there are certain types of men that women should avoid. While everyone is different and has their own preferences, there are certain traits and behaviors that are red flags when it comes to dating. In this video, we'll explore some of the types of men that women should steer clear of. Let's start with the narcissist. The narcissist, understanding and dealing with this personality type. Narcissism is a term that is often used in our society to describe people who are self-absorbed, vain, and selfish. While this may be true to some extent, it is important to understand that narcissism is actually a personality disorder that can have serious implications for both the individual who suffers from it and the people in their lives. We will explore what narcissism is, how it affects individuals and their relationships, and what can be done to deal with this personality type. What is narcissism? Narcissism is a personality disorder that is characterized by a grandiose sense of self-importance, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. Individuals who suffer from narcissism often believe that they are special, unique, and entitled to special treatment. They may have an inflated sense of their own abilities, achievements, and talents, and they may demand constant attention and praise from others. Narcissistic individuals are often preoccupied with their own needs and desires, and they may disregard the needs and feelings of others. They may lack empathy and have little regard for the welfare of others. This can result in them being manipulative, exploitative, and abusive towards others. What are the symptoms of narcissism? Narcissistic individuals may exhibit the following symptoms. Grandiosity. Individuals with narcissism often have an exaggerated sense of their own importance and abilities. They may believe that they are superior to others and that they are entitled to special treatment. Need for admiration. Narcissistic individuals may crave constant attention and praise from others. They may seek out situations where they can be the center of attention, and may become upset or angry if they do not receive the attention they desire. Lack of empathy. Narcissistic individuals may be unable to understand or relate to the feelings of others. They may disregard the needs and feelings of others and may become hostile or abusive when their own needs are not met. Sense of entitlement. Individuals with narcissism may believe that they are entitled to special treatment or privileges. They may become angry or upset if they are not given the treatment they feel they deserve. Envy. Narcissistic individuals may become jealous of others who they perceive to be more successful or talented than themselves. They may become competitive and aggressive towards these individuals. How narcissism affects relationships. Narcissism can have serious implications for relationships. Individuals with narcissism may be unable to form meaningful, healthy relationships with others because of their lack of empathy and preoccupation with their own needs. Narcissistic individuals may be manipulative, exploitative, and abusive towards others. They may use others to meet their own needs, and may become angry or hostile when their needs are not met. They may demand constant attention and praise from their partners, and may become upset or angry when they do not receive it. This can lead to the breakdown of relationships and can cause emotional and psychological damage to the individuals involved. Narcissistic individuals may also have difficulty forming deep, meaningful connections with others. They may be unable to understand or relate to the feelings of others, and may be unable to provide the emotional support and understanding that is necessary for a healthy relationship. This can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation, which can exacerbate the symptoms of narcissism. How to deal with a narcissist. Dealing with a narcissist can be challenging, but it is possible. The following tips may be helpful when dealing with a narcissistic individual. Set boundaries. It is important to set clear boundaries when dealing with a narcissistic individual. This may involve saying no to their requests and setting limits on them. The player. The player, understanding and dealing with this personality type. In the world of dating and relationships, the term player is often used to describe someone who is skilled at seduction and romance, but ultimately lacks the desire or ability to commit to a long-term relationship. While the term is often used in a negative context, it is important to understand that not all players are bad people. We will explore what a player is, how they behave, and what can be done to deal with this personality type. What is a player? A player is someone who is skilled at seduction and romance, but is not interested in a long-term relationship. Players are often characterized by their ability to charm and manipulate their romantic partners, often with the intent of achieving short-term sexual or emotional gratification. Players may be motivated by a variety of factors, including a desire for power and control, a fear of commitment, or a lack of emotional intimacy. They may view relationships as a game to be won, and may be more interested in the chase than in the actual relationship. What are the characteristics of a player? Players may exhibit the following characteristics. Charismatic and charming. Players are often skilled at charming their romantic partners. They may be charismatic, witty, and confident, and may use their charm to manipulate and control others. Promiscuous. Players may have a history of promiscuous behavior. They may have a large number of sexual partners and may engage in casual sex without emotional attachment. Self-centered. Players may be more interested in their own needs and desires than in the needs and desires of their romantic partners. They may be selfish and manipulative, and may use their partners for their own personal gain. Fear of commitment. Players may have a fear of commitment, and may be unable or unwilling to commit to a long-term relationship. They may view relationships as a burden or as a threat to their freedom and independence. Inconsistent. Players may be inconsistent in their behavior towards their romantic partners. They may be hot and cold, showing intense interest one day and then pulling away the next. How players affect relationships. Players can have a negative impact on relationships. They may use their charm and charisma to manipulate their romantic partners, leading them on and then pulling away when they have achieved their goals. This can cause emotional pain and distress for their partners. Players may be more interested in short-term gratification than in a long-term relationship. They may view relationships as a game to be won, and may not be interested in forming a deep, meaningful connection with their partner. This can lead to a lack of emotional intimacy and trust in the relationship. Players may also have a negative impact on their partner's self-esteem. They may use their charm to make their partner feel special, and then withdraw their affection when they have achieved their goals. This can leave their partner feeling rejected and unworthy. How to deal with a player. Dealing with a player can be challenging, but it is possible. The following tips may be helpful when dealing with a player. Be honest. It is important to be honest with yourself and with the player about your feelings and expectations. If you are looking for a long-term relationship, it is important to communicate this to the player and to be clear about your boundaries and expectations. Set boundaries. It is important to set clear boundaries with the player. This may involve saying no to their requests, setting limits on the amount of time you spend together, or refusing to engage in sexual activity until you are sure that the relationship is headed in the direction you want it to go. Focus on yourself. It is important to focus on your own needs and desires, rather than on them. The control freak. The control freak, understanding and dealing with this personality type. In any relationship, whether romantic or professional, it's not uncommon to encounter someone who exhibits controlling behavior. This person is often referred to as a control freak. A control freak is someone who has an obsessive need for control over people, situations, and events. We will explore what a control freak is, how they behave, and what can be done to deal with this personality type. What is a control freak? A control freak is someone who has an obsessive need for control over people, situations, and events. They have a deep-seated fear of losing control and may engage in controlling behavior to maintain a sense of order and security. This behavior may manifest in a variety of ways, from micromanaging to obsessing over details. Control freaks may be motivated by a variety of factors, including a desire for power and control, a fear of failure, or a lack of trust in others. They may view their behavior as a way to ensure that things are done correctly, and may be unwilling to delegate tasks or responsibilities to others. What are the characteristics of a control freak? Control freaks may exhibit the following characteristics. Perfectionist. Control freaks may have a strong desire for perfection and may obsess over details to ensure that things are done correctly. Micromanager. Control freaks may be micromanagers, wanting to control every aspect of a project or task. They may not trust others to do the job correctly and may interfere with their work. Inflexible. Control freaks may be inflexible, unwilling to adapt to changes in the situation or to consider different perspectives. Overly critical. Control freaks may be overly critical of themselves and others, focusing on faults and mistakes rather than on successes. Fearful. Control freaks may have a deep-seated fear of losing control. They may be anxious or stressed when they are not in control of a situation. How control freaks affect relationships. Control freaks can have a negative impact on relationships. They may be unwilling to delegate tasks or responsibilities to others, leading to a lack of trust and collaboration. They may micromanage their partner, causing them to feel belittled or disrespected. Control freaks may also be overly critical of their partner, focusing on faults and mistakes rather than on successes. This can cause emotional pain and distress for their partner, leading to a lack of self-esteem and confidence. Control freaks may be inflexible, unwilling to adapt to changes in the situation or to consider different perspectives. This can lead to a lack of compromise and understanding in the relationship. How to deal with a control freak. Dealing with a control freak can be challenging, but it is possible. The following tips may be helpful when dealing with a control freak. Communicate. It is important to communicate with the control freak about their behavior and how it is affecting the relationship. Be clear about your needs and expectations, and ask them to do the same. Set boundaries. It is important to set clear boundaries with the control freak. This may involve saying no to their requests, setting limits on the amount of control they have over the situation, or refusing to engage in a conversation that is not productive. Focus on the positive. It is important to focus on the positive aspects of the relationship, rather than on the negative aspects. This can help to build trust and collaboration in the relationship. Seek professional help. If the control freak's behavior is causing emotional distress, it may be helpful to seek the assistance of a therapist or counselor. They can provide guidance and support in dealing with the situation. Consider ending the relationship. The insecure man. Causes, signs, and ways to deal with insecurity. Insecurity is a common human emotion that everyone experiences at some point in their lives. It's a feeling of self-doubt and inadequacy that can lead to negative behaviors and patterns. While both men and women can experience insecurity, we'll focus on the insecure man. We will explore the causes of insecurity in men, the signs of an insecure man, and ways to deal with insecurity. Causes of insecurity in men. Insecurity in men can have many causes, and it is often a combination of factors that contribute to the feeling of inadequacy. Some common causes of insecurity in men include childhood experiences. Negative experiences in childhood, such as abuse or neglect, can have a lasting impact on a person's sense of self-worth and contribute to feelings of insecurity. Cultural norms and societal expectations. Society often places certain expectations on men, such as the need to be strong and confident, which can be difficult to live up to. Relationship experiences. Negative experiences in past relationships, such as rejection or betrayal, can contribute to feelings of insecurity in future relationships. Personal experiences. Men may experience personal challenges, such as job loss or financial struggles, that can lead to feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. Signs of an insecure man. Insecurity can manifest in a variety of ways in men, and it is important to be able to recognize the signs of an insecure man. Some common signs of an insecure man include need for constant validation. An insecure man may constantly seek validation from others, including his partner, friends, and colleagues. He may need to be reassured that he is doing a good job or that he is liked by others. Jealousy and possessiveness. An insecure man may be overly jealous or possessive of his partner, friends, or colleagues. He may feel threatened by other people in his partner's life or feel the need to control the behavior of others. Overly defensive. An insecure man may be overly defensive in response to criticism or feedback. He may have a hard time accepting criticism and may react with anger or defensiveness. Constantly comparing himself to others. An insecure man may constantly compare himself to others, whether it be in terms of looks, job status, or social status. He may feel inferior to others and struggle with feelings of inadequacy. Need for control. An insecure man may feel the need to control his environment and the people in it. He may have a hard time letting go of control and may struggle with delegation. Ways to deal with insecurity. Dealing with insecurity can be challenging, but there are ways to overcome it. Some ways to deal with insecurity include: practice self-care. Taking care of oneself is essential in building self-confidence and self-worth. This can include activities such as exercise, meditation, and self-reflection. Seek therapy. Talking to a therapist or counselor can be helpful in exploring the underlying causes of insecurity and developing coping mechanisms. Challenge negative thoughts. Insecure men may have negative thoughts about themselves, which can contribute to feelings of inadequacy. Challenging these thoughts and replacing them with positive affirmations can help to build self-confidence. Practice self-compassion. It is important to be kind to oneself and practice self-compassion. This can involve recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and accepting oneself for who they are. Build a support network. Surrounding oneself with supportive friends and family members can be helpful in building self-confidence and overcoming insecurity. Focus on personal growth. Engaging in activities that help with personal growth, such as learning. The avoidant man. The avoidant man, understanding and coping with avoidant attachment. Attachment styles are a common topic in the realm of relationships, and understanding them is essential to building healthy connections with others. The avoidant attachment style, in particular, is characterized by a fear of intimacy and a need for independence. We will explore the causes and signs of avoidant attachment in men, as well as strategies for coping with an avoidant partner. Causes of avoidant attachment in men. Avoidant attachment can be traced back to early childhood experiences. Men with avoidant attachment may have grown up in environments where they did not receive consistent care and attention, leading them to develop self-sufficiency as a way of coping. This self-sufficiency can be a defense mechanism to avoid the pain of abandonment or rejection. Additionally, men with avoidant attachment may have experienced trauma or neglect in their childhood that has made them more guarded when it comes to forming intimate relationships. They may also have had negative experiences in past relationships that have reinforced their fear of intimacy and reliance on independence. Signs of avoidant attachment in men. Men with avoidant attachment may exhibit a variety of signs that they are afraid of intimacy and attachment. Some common signs of avoidant attachment in men include: difficulty expressing emotions. Men with avoidant attachment may have a hard time expressing their emotions, and may even view emotions as a weakness. This can make it challenging for them to connect with others on a deeper level. Discomfort with physical touch. Avoidant men may feel uncomfortable with physical touch, and may prefer to keep a distance from their partners. They may also struggle with expressing physical affection, even in a non-sexual context. Fear of commitment. Men with avoidant attachment may struggle with committing to a relationship, as this requires vulnerability and an openness to intimacy. Preference for independence. Avoidant men may value their independence above all else, and may feel uncomfortable when they perceive that their autonomy is being threatened. Difficulty trusting others. Men with avoidant attachment may struggle with trusting others, particularly when it comes to forming close, intimate relationships. This can make it challenging for them to build deep connections with others. Strategies for coping with an avoidant partner. If you are in a relationship with an avoidant man, it can be challenging to build intimacy and connection. However, there are strategies that you can use to cope with an avoidant partner and build a stronger relationship. Some strategies for coping with an avoidant partner include: recognize that their behavior is not personal. Avoidant men may struggle with forming deep connections, but this is not a reflection of your worth or desirability as a partner. It is important to recognize that their behavior is a reflection of their attachment style, and not a reflection of your worth. Communicate openly and honestly. Communication is essential in any relationship, and this is particularly true when dealing with an avoidant partner. It is important to communicate openly and honestly about your needs and expectations in the relationship. Be patient. Building intimacy with an avoidant partner may take time and patience. It is important to give your partner space and time to open up, while also being supportive and understanding. Focus on building trust. Building trust is essential in any relationship, but this is particularly true when dealing with an avoidant partner. It is important to be reliable and consistent in your interactions, as this can help to build trust over time. Consider therapy. Working with a therapist can be helpful in navigating the challenges of a relationship with an avoidant partner. A therapist can provide strategies for coping with avoidant behavior and can help both partners work toward building a stronger, healthier relationship. In conclusion, understanding avoid. The angry man, understanding and coping with anger issues in men. Anger is a natural human emotion, and feeling angry from time to time is a normal part of the human experience. However, when anger becomes a persistent issue, it can have negative consequences on one's mental health, relationships, and overall well-being. We will explore the causes and signs of anger issues in men, as well as strategies for coping with an angry partner. Causes of anger issues in men. Anger issues in men can stem from a variety of factors, including past experiences, personal characteristics, and underlying mental health issues. Some common causes of anger issues in men include childhood trauma. Men who have experienced childhood trauma, such as abuse or neglect, may be more prone to anger issues in adulthood. Trauma can have lasting effects on one's emotional regulation and coping mechanisms. Personality traits. Some men may have personality traits, such as impulsivity or low frustration tolerance, that make them more prone to anger issues. These traits can make it challenging to manage anger in a healthy way. Stressful life events. Stressful life events, such as financial struggles, work-related stress, or relationship problems, can trigger anger issues in men. These events can make it challenging to regulate one's emotions and can increase feelings of frustration and anger. Mental health issues. Underlying mental health issues, such as depression, anxiety, or bipolar disorder, can also contribute to anger issues in men. These issues can make it challenging to manage emotions and can increase feelings of irritability and anger. Signs of anger issues in men. Men with anger issues may exhibit a variety of signs that they struggle with managing their emotions in a healthy way. Some common signs of anger issues in men include frequent outbursts. Men with anger issues may have frequent outbursts, where they yell, scream, or become physically aggressive. Difficulty managing emotions. Men with anger issues may struggle to manage their emotions, and may experience intense feelings of anger or frustration that are difficult to control. Impulsivity. Men with anger issues may act impulsively, and may say or do things without thinking through the consequences. Substance abuse. Men with anger issues may turn to drugs or alcohol as a way of coping with their emotions, which can further exacerbate their anger issues. Relationship problems. Men with anger issues may struggle in their relationships, as their anger can lead to conflict and tension with their partners. Strategies for coping with an angry partner. If you are in a relationship with an angry man, it can be challenging to navigate their emotional outbursts and manage the impact on your relationship. However, there are strategies that you can use to cope with an angry partner and build a stronger relationship. Some strategies for coping with an angry partner include: set clear boundaries. It is important to set clear boundaries with your partner around what behaviors are and are not acceptable. This can help to prevent escalation of anger and can create a sense of safety in the relationship. Practice active listening. Active listening is essential in any relationship, but is particularly important when dealing with an angry partner. It is important to listen to your partner's perspective and feelings, and to communicate that you are listening and validating their experience. Avoid triggering situations. It can be helpful to avoid situations that are likely to trigger your partner's anger, such as discussing sensitive topics or engaging in activities that are known to cause stress or frustration. Encourage healthy coping mechanisms. Encouraging your partner to engage in healthy coping mechanisms, such as exercise, meditation, or therapy, can help them to manage their emotions in a healthy way. The unemployed man. The unemployed man, understanding and coping with unemployment in men. Unemployment is a significant challenge that affects millions of men around the world. Losing a job can have a significant impact on a man's mental health, financial stability, and overall well-being. We will explore the causes and effects of unemployment in men, as well as strategies for coping with job loss and finding new employment. Causes of unemployment in men. Unemployment can be caused by a variety of factors, including changes in the economy, technological advancements, and personal circumstances. Some common causes of unemployment in men include economic recession. Economic recessions can result in widespread job losses as companies downsize or close. Men are often disproportionately affected by economic recessions, as they are more likely to work in industries that are vulnerable to economic downturns, such as construction or manufacturing. Technological advancements. Technological advancements can also contribute to unemployment in men, as automation and artificial intelligence are increasingly used to replace human labor. Men who work in industries that are most susceptible to automation, such as manufacturing or transportation, may be particularly vulnerable to job loss. Personal circumstances. Personal circumstances, such as illness, disability, or family responsibilities, can also lead to unemployment in men. Men who have to take time off work to care for family members or who have health issues that prevent them from working may be unable to find new employment quickly. Effects of unemployment in men. Unemployment can have significant negative effects on a man's mental health, physical health, and overall well-being. Some common effects of unemployment in men include financial stress. Unemployment can lead to financial stress as men struggle to pay bills, buy groceries, and support their families. This financial stress can lead to feelings of anxiety and depression. Loss of purpose. Work provides a sense of purpose and structure to men's lives, and losing a job can lead to a loss of purpose and identity. Men who are unemployed may struggle to find meaning in their lives, which can contribute to depression and low self-esteem. Social isolation. Work also provides opportunities for social interaction and connection, and losing a job can lead to social isolation. Men who are unemployed may feel disconnected from their communities and struggle to maintain social relationships. Mental health issues. Unemployment can also contribute to the development of mental health issues, such as depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. Men who are unemployed may feel a sense of hopelessness and despair, which can lead to feelings of depression and anxiety. Strategies for coping with unemployment. Coping with unemployment can be challenging, but there are strategies that men can use to manage the negative effects of job loss and find new employment. Some strategies for coping with unemployment include: seek support. It is important to seek support from family, friends, and professionals to manage the emotional and financial challenges of unemployment. Support groups, counseling, and job placement services can provide helpful resources and guidance. Focus on self-care. Unemployment can be a stressful and uncertain time, and it is important to prioritize self-care to manage the physical and emotional effects of job loss. Engaging in activities that promote physical health and emotional well-being, such as exercise, meditation, or hobbies, can be helpful. Stay active. It is important to stay active and engaged during unemployment to maintain a sense of purpose and structure. Volunteering, taking classes, or participating in community activities can provide opportunities for social connection and personal growth. Expand job search. It can be helpful to expand the job search beyond one's immediate field to increase the chances of finding new employment. Seeking out new skills and training, networking with professionals, and exploring new industries can provide additional opportunities for himself.